Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Agent's Edge. My name is Ryan Polimeni. Today's topic is the top 5 qualities of high-level producers. Look, I've had the honor and the privilege of not only coaching some really high-level producers, but I've also had the ability to be around and rub shoulders with a lot of high-level producers. And while I'm coaching people, I get the question often is what makes a top producer a top producer? And what I've come to realize over the last 10 years of spending a lot of time with these people, there's really 5 major qualities, and you can even call them commonalities amongst them. Number 1 is they have a confidence about them that is just magnetic. Now, that confidence comes with a few things. Number 1, obviously understanding where you're going. They have a clear vision of where they want to go. They are confident in themselves, right? Because here's the thing, if you're going to become confident in anything, it starts with you. You have to be confident in your abilities. So if you want to become a high-level sales producer, you got to be confident in your sales ability. So if you see a top, level producer that's walking across stage with their chest out and, their head held high, the reason is because they have an air of confidence about them. They believe in them. They trust in them. And that goes a long way because confidence, no matter if you're talking to another agent or if you're talking to a multi-million-dollar potential client, you have to have confidence. They have to know you know what you're talking about. And if not, they have to at least feel like you're confident in what you are trying to present to them. If not, they will walk away. They'll give you the time for a couple minutes and then they'll say, I'll think about it. Right? Confidence is the key to success in any industry, whether you're in sales, mortgages, real estate, doesn't even matter. Confidence is the key to winning in business. Now, commonality number 2 is they're a student of the industry. They study their materials every single day, meaning if you are a life insurance agent, and you don't know the ins and outs of your products, you will not have the confidence, right? Number 1, you will not have the confidence, but it also will start allowing other people to really surpass you. Because if you're not up to date with all the trends in your industry, and you don't know something that someone else knows, you will get passed up on a sale. So you have to become a student of the game. You have to know everything about what you're trying to offer. Here's an example. If you are going to try to get into the advanced markets world, whether you're trying to do assets under management, annuities, big IULs, and you know nothing about the market and how it works and the trends, and you don't know anything about taxes, you don't know anything about Social Security, look, you're going to have a really tough time building a holistic plan for somebody, and your confidence level will not be there, and people will feel that, and they will not buy from you. So in order to help increase that confidence level, you have to become a student of the game, a student of the industry that you're choosing to be in. It's not hard. It just takes time. But you have to want it. See, that's the thing about it is anybody can come in there and be lazy. I know a lot of producers that are mediocre producers because they're lazy. I mean, it's just straight up. They're just lazy. They do not take the time to learn. They do enough just to get by. You know who I'm talking about. And if that's you, it's time to really step it up, truthfully. But become a student of the game. It's not difficult. Because here's the thing. You will do better when you know what others don't know. See, I have this thing where you've heard me talk about it probably a million times, and it's to create space between you and your competition. The way that you create space is you know more than your competition. That's it. There's no magic formula to this. You see more people, and you know more than what your competition does. If you have those 2 things, oh, by the way, and you're confident in what you're doing, you're going to dominate the game. But you have to be a student of it. Now, the third commonality that I see amongst a lot of these high-level producers is they have a specialized market that they work in, or we can call it a niche market. You have to sit back and think about this because this is what happened to me, 6 years ago is I was like a lot of people. I was selling mortgage protection, final expense, and I was just like in this sea of a million people. The competition is insane. Everybody's fighting for the same lead. And I got tired of that. I'm like, I want to go swim my own pond, right? So one of the things that I've noticed as I've become a high-level producer and I coach other people and watch them become high-level producers is the game changes when they are in a specialized market or their own niche market, and that could be anything. I do a lot of work in the federal space. I know a lot of people who work solely with physicians and doctors. I know people who work with nurses at different hospitals. Maybe you're in the teachers market. My point is, find an area where there's not a lot of competition, and if it does, find out what they suck at and become better than them at it. It's not difficult. I promise you. This is what took my business to over $10 million a year in personal production and over $50 million plus in just sales. Because we just found a space and we went so deep into it and just absolutely dominated it. You can do the same thing, just figure out what it is you want to accomplish. That's what these high-level producers do. Some of them are, they focus so much on estate planning and they work with different estate planning attorneys. Like that's their niche. And why would you want to be an estate planning specialist? Well, because if somebody's coming to do with their estate, they're going to open up everything. They have to tell you what they have in order for you to document it, right? These are the kind of things I'm talking about. You have to be creative, and top-level producers are insanely creative, and they're constantly thinking outside of the box. Now, the fourth commonality is they have a CEO mentality. Now, there's a big difference between the CEO mentality and a salesman mentality. The CEO has to think bigger, they have to be clear on the mission, and they cannot just be so focused on a lead that didn't work, right? That's not a CEO who's running a multi-million-dollar company does not care about the one lead that didn't work that has completely knocked you off course for the entire week of your sales. They just keep moving forward. They think at a higher level. They look at things differently and they see around corners. What trends are happening? How can I get in the forefront of this trend? How can I get my sales force to the next level? What are the different phases of my business that we have to run through? What phase are we in now? What's going to get us to the next phase? Am I painting a clear enough picture? What does my staff and infrastructure look like? Look, a salesperson, all they care about is getting a lead, making a sale, moving on. Getting a lead, making a sale. It becomes this hamster wheel where a CEO is thinking about how to move their business from a sales force to a multi-million-dollar conglomerate by adding different facets to their business. Again, my point is, think about things differently. Are you the person that's chasing a lead, or are you the person that's building a business? Do you have staff? What's your infrastructure internally look like? What's your marketing budget look like? Some of these high-level producers that I know, they're spending 6 figures and beyond just on marketing. They have a staff of 3, 4, 5, 6 individuals on hand to help them accomplish the tasks and the goals. So it's a very different way of thinking than the salesman that's just out there pedaling, and really never getting ahead. Because as a salesman, if you go out and you make $100,000 this year, and then next year you go make $100,000 a year, that's a great income. The problem is you're not moving the needle, right? The problem is you're just repeating the same year over and over and over again. These high-level producers are constantly thinking about their business, marketing, infrastructure. How do I get my staff to another level? How do I get my marketing to a different level? You see, there's a big difference in the way that you think as a CEO versus a salesman. Now, the fifth commonality is they're relentless. They don't stop. When times get hard, they figure out a way just to barrel through it. When they want to quit, they just keep moving forward. When they've spent $20,000 on marketing and it didn't work, they find a way to get another 20 grand to do it again to make sure it does work in a better way. See, that's relentless. You cannot stop if you want to be a top producer. You can't do the 9-to-5 thing unless you got a system that allows you to see high-level people, net worth people, at 9-to-5, and you can make, $1 million a year, great. Most people will never have that system, especially at the beginning. You have to be relentless in the pursuit of being a high-level producer, and that means going out and networking, finding people who are influencers that can help you get in front of the right people, going to different networking events, getting on TV, getting on radio, whatever you have to do, building a social media presence, right? When we're just today's day and age, whatever you have to do is do what it takes to win. That is what high-level producers do. They don't cry and moan about 2 leads that they bought that they spent $60 on that didn't work. They want to know how to buy 30 more. because they know how to stack the deck in their favor. This business is not difficult. The business of sales is actually not that difficult. You win by doing two things: seeing more people and spending more money on marketing. That's it. You could be the worst closer in the world, but if you have 50 people a month to make first presentations to versus the person that's a great closer that only has, 10 people to see, who's going to win that competition? You're going to smoke them every time. Look, I sucked when I first started, and I knew that going into that. But what I realized was that I had to make up for in numbers what I lack in skill. It's a relentless pursuit of excellence that never stops. You can't get stagnant. You can't get, just comfortable with where you are. You've got to keep moving forward. You've got to want to win. So I hope this has been helpful for you. This is the 5 top traits of high-level producers. And again, I've had the privilege of coaching a lot of people, and it's a really cool thing to see when I'm coaching someone, watch them go from struggling to really becoming a power producer. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you've liked this, make sure you hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Do that right now. Don't forget to do that because you don't want to miss all the other episodes we got coming up. Leave a comment below. We'll see you on the next show. If you've ever wanted to learn how to write over $5 million a year in annuity volume, Level Up Advisors Academy was built for you. In this academy, we talk about things like how to do massive annuity production, assets under management, big whole life and IUL cases. Look, 5 years ago, before I built this product, I didn't even know how to spell the word annuity, but a simple system that I learned allowed me to write over $5 million a year in annuity production and now over $10 million a year. I took what I know, the system that I've built, and I put it into Level Up Advisors Academy for you to be able to have access to it 24/7 on demand. If you've ever want to take your business to the next level, this academy was built for you. Click the link below to get access today. Look forward to working with you in the future.